It's back to basics today in the Eating Royally kitchen. I was sharing with friends just a few days ago about the cold weather in Dallas and how when it comes to the cold weather I love to cook comfort foods, and nothing more so than a roast chicken. And they were like, well, roast chicken, that's too hard to cook, and we never cook roast chicken, and what if it's raw in the middle, and how long does it take to cook, and do you have to clean all the insides and everything else? It's easier to cook chicken breast. Nonsense. A roast chicken is the easiest thing to cook in the world, and probably one of the cheapest dishes to feed the family with too. If I had $1 for every roast chicken that I've cooked in my 40 years cooking, I'd be a penny behind Elon Musk. Not quite. But everybody loves roast chicken. I remember as a young boy coming home from school, or even on a Sunday, my mother cooking roast chicken, the smell of it wafting through the house, real comfort food. And we cook it at the palace too for the Queen on a Sunday lunch, roasted chicken. They loved it. But no more so than Prince William and Harry. When I was at Kensington Palace, it was on the menu at least once a week. Both boys loved it. In fact, Harry even cooked it the night he proposed to Meghan. Meghan, who's got a new cookery show coming out soon on Netflix, she talked about the engagement chicken, how she was cooking chicken, or they were cooking chicken, the night that Harry proposed, and they call it the engagement chicken. And then Harry jumps in and says, well, yeah, we were trying to cook chicken. Now, what's the trying part? Well, Meghan says she follows the Garden recipe for roast chicken. And Harry, I remember teaching him and William to cook roast chicken in the kitchens, young boys at Kensington Palace. So maybe that's where the conflict was. Maybe that's where the trying was. That Meghan was cooking Gardens, Harry was cooking mine, and they were a little bit different. Ina, love you to bits, but my roast chicken is easier. And it's easier, and it's the one to cook. I win on this one. Now, it may come as a surprise to know that my roast chicken just comes with 2 ingredients, and one of them is chicken. The other one, kosher salt. That's all it needs, nothing else. Chicken has these gorgeous flavors, especially if you get the skin really, really crispy and you make a beautiful gravy to go with it. It doesn't need the twigs of rosemary or thyme and lemon slices, orange wedges shoved up. Well, you know what I mean. All it needs is just the basics. Chicken, salt, and the oven at 425 degrees. Remove the chicken from the refrigerator about 30 minutes before you're going to roast it. And then take out any of the giblets, insides. You can boil them and make a nice gravy, or add them to the gravy if you want to. But you don't have to, because the juices from the chicken are going to make us a beautiful gravy anyway. So I start off on a baking sheet and I season my chicken on this sheet because I don't want too much salt dropping onto my roasting tray. On my roasting tray, I've got a little wire baking sheet on top. That's going to help the juices drop down onto the tray, but at the same time, it's going to allow the heat to get underneath the chicken and make it really, really crispy. So we start off with kosher salt. Kosher salt is much coarser and it gives a much, much better flavor in there too. And so we sprinkle this all over, be generous, all over the chicken. I put a link to it in the description, so if you can't get it at your local store, you can, it's available everywhere. But if you can't, then you can get it from, Amazon. Once you've seasoned the chicken with the salt, now I'm using my latex gloves. We use these in the kitchen all the time as chefs when we're cooking with raw meat. You can buy a box of 100 for some ridiculous cheap price, and I'll put a link in the description there too if you can't get them anywhere else. But it just helps having these latex gloves and you're not getting any contamination. Now, people say, oh, roast chicken, do we need to wash it under the tap first? The USDA say no, you don't, and chefs don't either. When you start splashing that chicken, rinsing it inside, and getting all of the bacteria or anything else out of there, it's going all over the sink, and you're contaminating everything else. So there's no need to wash the chicken. This one I just opened up, and that's it. Basically, that's it. The chicken is going to cook to 165 degrees Fahrenheit. And that will kill all of the bacteria, even salmonella in there too. We're going to roast it at 425. So that'll kill the bacteria twice. Okay, not really. But don't worry about cleaning, washing, rinsing, sticking your hands in there and messing with it or anything. A little salt and then onto a tray. Shall we take off these little pieces and cut those? No, no need. This is the easiest roast chicken you'll ever do. So now it goes into the oven, 425 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to cook it for an hour and 15 minutes. After an hour and 15 minutes, we can take the chicken out of the oven, and we've got this gorgeous smell in the room. The chicken's roasted nicely. Now, if you have a meat probe, you can stick that in there. Check it's 165 degrees. I know it will be 425 degrees, an hour and 15 minutes in the oven, cooks perfect. It smells amazing, but look, the crispy skin on the top is just fabulous. And just to snap off these little wings, oh my gosh, I can't wait to dig into this. As soon as the chicken comes out, we then transfer it to a plate. And just let it rest a little bit. It needs about 5 to 10 minutes just to rest. It's been in the oven, really, really hot. Just sit it there and let it rest a few minutes. We can go looking now at our baking sheet. Let's get rid of this part. And here you see on the tray, we've got this dirty tray, but it's not bad dirty because this is what we call the deglaçage. This is all the beautiful juices that came from the chicken that the chefs love. We've also got a little chicken fat from the skin there. Remember, we put no of the nasty oils or anything on the chicken. This is just natural chicken fat that's gone on there. So we'll take these and we'll just scrape as much as we can from the tray into the pan, because we're going to make a gorgeous gravy. You can see here we've got a load of the deglaçage still stuck to the tray. You can, if you want, put this in the sink. Somebody's got to clean it, scrub away at it, and it takes forever. But we're not going to do that. We want this in the sauce because it's the best part. So to do that, we have to heat it up and add a little chicken broth in there. And that cleans the tray for you. We put the tray over the stove on a medium heat and let it start to heat up. Then, carefully, we add some chicken broth. And let that simmer away. Now we can just rub away with the spatula. Look how it's removing all that deglaçage and cleaning the pan as well, so it makes it easier for cleanup. More important, we've got the start of our beautiful gravy. The chicken fat and some of the residue, the deglaçage, are now going on the stove to get hot. And once we got them hot, into there we're going to add a little flour and a little black pepper. We don't need salt because we salted the chicken, so there'll be some salt that already dropped down into the tray. We don't want to over season it. A little flour into the chicken fat. And remember, we're not using any of those nasty oils in there. This is all natural. We're making our roux now, so that chicken fat is mixed with the flour. And now we can add those juices that we just got from the pan. And look how clean that tray is, our roasting dish. No added food colors. Look at the beautiful color from that roasted chicken. Add more chicken broth as needed. And bring it to the boil because we need to cook out the flour. It'll start to thicken up, and you can add a little more of the chicken broth if you need to. And now a pinch of pepper. How easy is that to make out gorgeous chicken gravy? The sauce is made and the chicken has rested. It's still a gorgeous crispy skin. Now the next thing is to portion the chicken. And when you're portioning a chicken, you shouldn't use a knife. It's not a turkey. No, you don't slice the chicken. You portion it with your hands. And some clean gloves, of course. Take off the wings. Snap that little piece because we don't need that. And they can go on the plate. Crispy wings, I mean, doesn't get better. Next thing, we take the chicken leg and, oh, look how juicy that is in there. We pull it down and there's the knuckle joint. So we open that up and put that on the plate. Do the same the other side. Open that up and put it on the plate. Then we've got the two breasts here, and there is what we call the little wishbone. If that's not been taken out by the butcher, you just need to crack it. So 2 fingers in there and pull. Hear it crack. And then just pull on the chicken down the center, and look how this chicken just eases away. And there we have the beautiful chicken breast. And then just do the same on the other side. Finger down there and just pull this chicken on there. And look how everything comes off. Turn it over, and then here we've got 2 beautiful oysters. That one and this one. Oysters of chicken. They're for the chef in the kitchen. Don't share that with anyone. Then we've got our carcass. We can save that. We can make a little broth, make a little soup with it. But that's how easy it is to roast a chicken and then just portion it. So easy. With chicken, we have to have the creamiest mashed potatoes. So I've made some delicious mashed potatoes I can put on the plate. A little hole in the center to put the gravy. You know where I'm going. And then my chicken breast. And the gravy. Roast chicken, gravy, mashed potatoes. It's just the ultimate comfort food on a cold winter's day. And you can make it for the family. The whole chicken, I use organic air chilled. Air chilled is the best way to go. It's been used, air chilling's been used in the UK now, in Europe now, for over 40 years. And they chill the chickens by air chilling them rather than dunking them, plunging them into like chlorine water. So look for air chilled when you get in the chickens. You make a crispier skin. They don't retain all that water in there as well. That chicken cost me $12. 4 portions, $3 a portion. You can feed your family on this. Doesn't get much better than this. Hope you cook this at home. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Leave a comment below. The recipe's in the description. Also for the gloves and the kosher salt, I'll put a link in there too. Share it with your friends. Give me a thumbs up. Hope you've enjoyed the vid. And I'll see you again soon. Comfort food.